It's my pleasure now to invite the Honorary Dinner co-chairs, Mary Ann Thompson-Frenk and Joshua Frank, to the podium to say a few words, please.
Hello. I guess my husband's a little shy, so it'll just be me. I have to say that when you think about the Very Reverend James Parks Morton, there are two words that come to mind. One is legacy and one is action. And when we think about what that really means, legacy isn't just something that is lived by one life alone. Legacy is something that we put into the hearts of those around us. And everyone in this room here is here tonight because we are part of his living legacy. When I was blessed to be in the room with the rest of the board members and we were listening to him, thinking about who should be the executive director as he was retiring, and the very lovely Reverend Chloe Blyer's name came up, I can remember just like yesterday, he looked at all of us and said, yes, she's qualified, but she is not afraid of action. And if you could just see with that wonderful slideshow, we can definitely all agree Chloe is anything but afraid of action. But the fact that that was what the Very Reverend James Parks Morton wanted to make sure was leading the Interfaith Center of New York for years to come speaks volumes about what he envisions for this community, this beautiful community of New York. And I can speak for myself in that when I was in my early 20s, and I was a little nobody, and called up this wonderful man and said, would you come down to Dallas, Texas and do an interfaith event with us? He didn't just look at me as somebody that he could get something from. It was important enough for him that those seeds of interfaith work be planted in the next generation. He made the time. How many of us who get where we are in life stop where we are and make the time for the young nobody that's trying to get somewhere? These are the kinds of things I can say about a man that I now call one of my closest friends and mentors, Jim. But most importantly tonight is we all sit in this room and know that the differences the Interfaith Center is making, they're photographs that we cannot put up on the screen, but those of us who are on the board have heard about Sikhs who were beaten to the point of being bloody, and the photographs that we've seen in this community that have happened. Those things, at the very heart of it, is what the Interfaith Center of New York is addressing. It's not always pretty, but it's the voice that our nation needs right now. And right now, there are even places that Chloe has been leading the Interfaith Center to go and do outreach in other cities in Europe that are facing the same kinds of things because of the legacy of the Very Reverend James Parks Morton. He has built something that is working. He's built something that's replicable. He's built something that's making a difference. And if any of us are able to live in a community that can look at those who are different with a sense of there is something valuable in that, there's something we can gain from that, there's something that adds to America in that. It's a large part due to the same man who worked with Martin Luther King, due to the same man who didn't bow and cower when the Shinto first came, and other people said, how could you let them do a service in your cathedral? And he said, because they have value. And he's the same man that stands now with Imam Faisal and so many others, says they have value. And he says that for each one of you. So I ask you tonight, as you think about this legacy, and you look at all the amazing diversity of people that fill this room, add yourself to that and think about not just this being a celebration of the Very Reverend James Parks Morton's legacy, but think about that legacy being one of action. And ask yourselves, can I act, will I act to add to that legacy? That is the question tonight. So please take a moment to fill your envelopes, make a difference, because for those people that are out there, whether it's a Sikh who's getting beaten up or somebody who doesn't feel that they're having their voice heard or is being treated differently, this is the community in the city that's taking action in that. And thank you, Jim, for everything you have done to make that happen.